What is consciousness? It's a great question, but of course, it's a question that has been at the forefront of the minds of philosophers for as long as philosophy has existed, and we still don't have a definitive answer. But some people might feel at least like they're getting closer to an answer than ever before, which is fantastic. Now, I'll start off by giving you my definition. The way I define consciousness is that it is the recipient, the receiver of experience. It can't be experienced. It can't be examined. It can't be observed. You can observe the effects of a consciousness, maybe, although I would also argue that it's possible to fake the effects of a consciousness existing. And currently, I'd say that artificial intelligence is doing a relatively good job of doing that. But most importantly, a consciousness is subjective and can only be subjective because it is the thing that does the experiencing. But Denny, you might say, don't my ears and eyes and sense of smell and taste and touch, don't they do the receiving? Well, I would say that they are the medium through which the experience reaches your brain, and your consciousness experiences whatever your brain generates for it, right? We like to think of ourselves as little people living inside a head and looking out of these windows that are our eyes. But of course, our eyes are not windows, right? They are sensors. They receive information and they transmit that information to our brain for us to experience. Well, that us that we're talking about here is consciousness. But we can't agree whether our brain is generating that consciousness or if something else altogether is happening here. And I rather like the model where our brain is a vessel for our consciousness, but not necessarily generating it. Now, if you'd like to read the perspectives of traditional philosophers who also believed that the brain was a vessel, a container for consciousness rather than a generator of it, you can read the works of Immanuel Kant, George Berkeley, G.W.F. Hegel. But if you'd like to read some modern authors, philosophers, even scientists who are working from the assumption that the material world arises out of consciousness and not consciousness out of the material world, I recommend looking into the works of Donald Hoffman, Bernardo Kastrup, and Ian McGilchrist. Check out their books, check out their YouTube videos, and see what your consciousness thinks of it all.